And we are rolling. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good time zone to wherever you are in the world. This is Spaced Out Puffin, aka Amelia. That's usually the other way around, whatever. And we are here with another study session for TGCF Season 2, Episode 6. Right, so with my old setup, I usually just put my laptop down here on the sofa to film the study session videos, but that's not what I'm doing anymore. I wish I could show you. I've just barricaded myself into this corner of my sofa to do the study session in kind of the same angle, but I really might need to, yeah. As you can see, the angle is not exactly the same because I can't get my cord to reach far enough and get the camera to tilt enough, so it's a little bit of a different angle. I might even have to reconsider the angle altogether. But that's neither here nor there, and especially not the reason why you're here. We are here to study some TGCF. In fact, this is the study session where I am preparing to bring my favorite character, aka Shillian, to court for being such a liar. Like my good colleague Shaching Xuan says, there is reason to believe that this man is full of crap. Or rather, he's shutting up about something. He is not telling us what has happened just yet, and I think that he's trying to take punishment for something that isn't exactly what it seems. So I am here to take notes, so that Shaching Xuan and I can reconvene later and compare. Get our arguments ready. Because our client is not making this easy for us, and he's just run away with a very notorious, known law offender in the heavenly realm. Like we have a judge to appear here, and he is partial. However, I don't think that's gonna be enough for this one. Like, we know about the favoritism, and we are going to use that to our full advantage. However, he has passed judgment on Shillian before, so we know it's not beyond him to do it again. And as per usual with the Chinese version, I always try to look for differences. However, I have been warned by you guys that the subtitles kind of deteriorate, like the quality is not as good. So I should take what I hear with kind of a pinch of salt and trust that the season 2 dub writers did their best to try and convey the message. Like, hopefully I've gotten all the important points. And even if I don't, we are nearing book club time, which means that I should eventually be getting kind of all the facts straight. Unless someone has something they'd like to say about the official English translation of the novels. But yeah, it's a Friday afternoon. I am freshly showered. It started snowing again today, so it was quite cold again. And I'm so ready for spring. Gosh, and already just thinking about watching this episode again, I'm already feeling a bit... Maybe I should have showered later. Anyway, enough with the small talk. Let's roll. What? They've never done that before. That was weird. Right, here we go. I literally just noticed that in the scene where... Yeah, like in the scene with the mask and the tear, you can actually see that Shillian's outfit is different from what it used to be. So maybe I should have like paid even more attention. Maybe I could have... Come on, no, come on, the detail is so small. I probably wouldn't have noticed. But still, that's a nice touch. Episode... What? What? They've never done this before. What happened? Okay, time to lock in. Simp hours are activating. I shit you not, I spent like 10 minutes recording just this part last time.
太子殿下。
太子殿下。故事。
你又睡着了，20遍，现在就唱，仔细好看点。
Ah, is it just me or are the subtitles slightly out of sync? Well, I'm glad I know already. Yeah, quality indeed.
师傅，我想学新的剑法。
之前的都学会了。好吧。你想学什么？
I still do love that Shillian is very quick to kind of give in here. Like, yeah, he's put this guy, Chencho, up to other things like that he has to do. But he comes by and is like, teach me a new sword technique. And Shillian's like, did you master the last one? Okay. What do you want to learn? Like, we are ready to drop the other, like, theoretical coursework. If you want to learn new sort of techniques, that's fine. Let's do it. Bet you that was Shirley's favorite part about teaching.
太子殿下，我问你一个问题。
你问。
如果你面前有2个人，他们都饿得不行。
Okay, here we have the metaphor.
为了抢夺对方的食物，所以，若想停止纷争，这第3人便只能将2人之外的。 自己的粮食分给他们。
I'm trying to pay attention and I'm doing my best. The subtitles being slightly out of sync is a little bit of an issue, but it's fine. Like, I can deal with it. But Shillian's voice, I am so distracted. This man can open his mouth and I'll be like, Shillian, have you considered that maybe it's hard to pay attention to you as a teacher because your voice is so nice? I mean, I think Howard's voice in the English version as well. Like, they changed his like acting and the intonation a little bit to when he was playing Shillian as Function, and you can really feel like a difference in character. Like, yes, this is Shillian playing a role, but this was also Shillian a few hundred years ago. Like, his mentality might have been different even then from the person we're meeting right now. On a related note. This Long Chincho's voice, like, I can stand this a little bit better. I feel like I didn't even mention it last time. Like, the English dub voice for like young teenage Long Chincho it's so grating. Like last season, like some side characters usually have like a little bit of that, you know, standard anime dub sort of thing. This is like Ash Ketchum. Which isn't a bad dub voice at all in the context of its show. However, in the context of this show, I understand that a lot of the time when we have like young teenage boys, they're usually voiced by adult women who make their voices a little bit lighter, more childish. And these women are doing a fantastic job, by the way. But still, Long Chencho is 12 years or older here. So giving him a young sounding voice is fine, especially if he's like 12, 13. That's fine. It's just the English version was so... a little too much. It was a little over the top, so this is definitely more comfortable to listen to.
你贵为太子殿下，这种愚蠢的招数更没有必要学。
好吧。
Yeah, so I've been told that it's pretty like obvious that the lines that Shillian are saying here implies that because you're a prince, you don't need to. You're learning these things. You don't need to be that kind of sacrifice again, which is super ironic in the painful sense because Shillian, you too were a prince. It doesn't really come across well in the subtitles right now, like you guys have been saying. I do think that the quality of the subs have deteriorated in the language sense as well. I'll keep watching. But yeah, if any of you who do enjoy these study session videos have an alternative version of the subtitles or knows anywhere else that this is being streamed, give me a hint, let me know. Because if there is a superior version of the English subtitles here, I'd like to see them.
太子殿下，你觉得？
不知道，也许从一开始就不应该插手吧。
国师，太子殿下，千秋，千秋。
Interesting. Very interesting.
国师，这是发生了什么？父皇，母后，怎么会这样？师父，你这是在干什么？你干了什么？国师。
Very interesting. I have already noted down a few things. Let's just say that this court hearing will be very interesting. I will share one of the things I noticed though. Hello! it's his friend. It's Taihua's friend. Yeah, it was pointed out to me that his servant in this episode that we see is the same guy that is also with him in heaven, still running after him and making sure that he gets to where he needs to go and brings his medallions or whatever. So yeah, this guy's been basically his companion since he was very young. He even got brought up to heaven, kind of like function and mooching for Shirley-Ann. But what does this mean? Is this a potential witness? I don't know. I'd like to interrogate this guy. Whatever his name is. I don't think his name was ever mentioned. I would have noted it down. But he is here. And if not a witness, mayhaps a suspect. I'll leave it at that for now. But I already have half a page of things that I want to say. Let's do it. Yeah.
仙乐有个不情之请，你说，请帝君去我仙籍，贬我下凡。
Strip me of my divine status and banish me.
不为什么，跟我打，你必输无疑。
The reason is simple: if we fight, you'll lose. In the English version, we were much more on the dying part, and apparently the line actually implies that. But maybe that was more like the line in the previous episode, not necessarily in this one. Either way, Taihua, you wouldn't just lose, you would decease. Cease to exist.
且慢，帝君，我还有话。
My colleague.
诸位先聊，若仙乐殿下真是为报复才化名芳心，血洗永安皇室的话，那么为何独独放过了身为永安太子的太华殿下呢？照理说，他最想手刃的，不就应该是这位永安国的太子殿下？
Good points.
正面迎击弯刀恶命，受此重伤。
Yup.
千秋，他若是真对永安皇室有恨，又怎会冒险去替你挡下这一刀呢？
Some doubts in
那可是不降
Prince
邪兵
Taihua
诅咒
there.
之刃呢。
God, I need me one of those.
所以，我认为此事存疑，请帝君明察。
唉，我们家小裴可就没这个福分了。
裴将军可不要混淆视听，小裴的事能一样吗？
Yeah, objections has nothing to do with this case.
都承认了的。封氏大人，多谢你，我承你的情，不过不必了。
诸位稍安勿躁，太华，你行事素来有些冲动，但遇事须得冷静处置，辨清来龙去脉后再做定夺。
是。
仙乐，你既然不肯全盘托出。
Yeah, that Heavenly Father is not happy that you're not telling him what's going on. Like, I do really think that Junwoo is really annoyed that he doesn't know about this. Like, we do know from episode 1 of this season that Shirley-Ann apparently wasn't in touch with Heaven at all. And in the same episode, Junwoo is like, I'm really disappointed about this, but also very much like, let's move on, forgive and forget, we have work to do and you're needed. I don't think he felt those words in his heart. He is obviously pretty annoyed that he doesn't know about this. More generally, probably about everything that Shirley-Ann was up to during those years. He was expecting contact. And now that he is learning that one of these things is kind of momentous, kind of important, this is not fitting in with Daddy's plan to reinstate you as a valedictorian of Heaven College, I don't know, Emperor's right-hand man. Yeah, like, Junwoo's current intentions for Shirley-Ann is really, like, don't actually know. But I don't think he's given up on Shirley-Ann, so to speak, because he's still playing this favoritism game so hard. Like, he still wants Shirley-Ann on his little football team and still considers him the star player. But, like, I don't think he's reacting very well with Shirley-Ann's kind of, like, new independent streak, like, at all. The fact that he went and got himself caught up by Ming. Yeah, he's probably a bit mad about that too. Yeah, the next time he gets to have like a solo conversation with Shirley-Ann, I am really expecting a sort of Rapunzel knows best. Like, he's gonna break into song at this point.
Excellent
Excellent words, Your Honor.
帝君想问什么？
可以尽管审，但无论最终结果如何，
To the death? Holy shit, Taihua, slow down.
三郎不知怎样了。之后被贬下凡，砸锅卖铁也得把极乐坊给赔上。几十年、几百年，大不了一辈子都折给他。
Yeah, I'm not gonna get over this scene like at all. I just the music, the words, the honesty is just it's so good. I also really think that Howard did such a good job voicing this scene. Like this is good too, but obviously me knowing English to the point where I'm fluent in it does make that impact like just a smudge more heartbreaking to me. Gosh.
怎么
Here he is.
以为会是封信？你那右手老这么血淋淋拖着，怪不好看的。你爱用不用，反正也没人会再送过来了。
确实，虽然帝君替我应急处理过，手能动了。
Gosh, he's so like not even just medicine. He came with the good shit. Just saying, this is another battle lost in that fucking war mooching.
真的杀了那些永安国的皇族？你是怎么？
你在这里干什么？
怎么？这里又不是你的店，你能来，我就不能来？
今天我在神武殿上所说的每一句话，都是真的。
行了，你就收着点吧。事到如今，这副沉痛脸又是做给谁看？
Yeah, Function immediately just wants to chase him away, but he's asking the real question here. Who do you think you're fooling with that gloomy face? The thing is, like, yes, there's been a lot of time in between then and now. However, I do think that Mooching is onto something. Like, he can already tell that this is not as it seems. Like, I think Function thinks the same thing, and that is why he is rushing here as well, you know, because they just... they can't stop themselves. They really do. Anyway, we're not here to get emotional. But yeah, I do believe that they both can tell that this is next level shit. This is not it. And I don't know to what degree they're correct or not, but they have sniffed out like that there's something going on here. Shillian is trying to fool everyone, but why?
你倒是有资格叫我滚，嘴上说的有多忠心，哼，还不是熬不了几年就自己跑了？说穿了，你就是不想再和一个废人虚度光阴了。你懂个屁啊！
Yeah, I think the dialogue is already a little bit harder to interpret here, so I'm kind of glad that I did watch the English version, but I'm feeling like, yeah, I'd like to see how they did this in the books to kind of get a better grasp on the details here. But let's just keep watching. I think I haven't noticed the wolf and the cheetah here. Oh my gosh, this is such a good frame to stop. Wow, yeah, this is, I do think for the scene, I am actually a little bit partial to the English version. There's something, especially Mooching's voice actor in the English version does something to me in this scene. Like, he brings a lot of emotion into the line where he is, he has that little bit of a rasp to that last exclamation, "You're not any better than I am," and I just remember that line so clearly. But still, there are still the high-spun emotions here, and like I've discussed this with people in the comments of the last video as well. It's been mentioned a lot, but like this is not just the loyalty you have for your once employer / crown prince. Like this is genuine. They really did love him, huh?
这俩以前不是这样的呀。
All right, here we go.
殿下，不要站在那里。
They're so in sync for someone who's just like fought it out.
很危险。
Oh my god, their shocked little
明
faces.
明挺可爱的。
Like, I think Mooching and Function are more similar than I like to admit. I think mooching is right on that. Hello. Oh my god. Rating just went up. The way they focus on that.
好的，报给殿下。彼此彼此，你们神官在我的地盘不也挺猖狂的吗？
After your behavior in my territory, have they?
本事了。
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, one more time. His voice is so good.
那就看你们有没有这个本事了。
Ah, the little whisper at the end. It's so good.
往哪个方向跑了？我们去追。诸位镇定。
Just the theme of Watchung kind of creeping in there.
许久不见。
It's been a while.
各位，好啊。
It's Britney, bitch.
不知道你们有没有想我？反正我是一点也没有想你。
These are just line by line. It's so good.
不过，我最近确实有点闲。也挑战气球。
You're just looking
那
away.
也是热量。哥哥，走吧。别理他们了。
三郎，跟我走。三郎这是为了救我才。
Yeah, I absolutely noticed this part. Just the fact that yes, he did touch Shillian to study him when he came in close and to yeah, you know, can't let his bro fall, his dear brother, this 800-year-old man who might stumble and break his bones or something. He's just being very considerate. But I did notice that it flashes to the scene and we notice that, yeah, he's not actually holding Shillian by the wrist now that it's not necessary anymore. He's holding him by the sleeve and then flashing to the scene in episode 5 of season 1 where Sanlang was hesitant to hold Shillian, where he just like made this expression up on being touched by Shillian. Inferiority complex coming through. Like even with all that they've been through since then. He still does not touch Shillian if he doesn't have to. I mean, yes, he just did the whole, like, Pan Temple thing for the telepathic matrix or whatever, but I feel like this was kind of necessary. I wonder if Sanlang is not doing this to play up the whole kidnapping bit, to take all the blame he can away from Shillian for this. That, you know, it's supposed to look like, yes, it's Crimson Rain's old flower who broke into heaven to kidnap the Crown Prince of Chandler. And while mooching is observant enough to have noticed that, yeah, Shillian wasn't really, you know, fighting back at all or trying to join them like at all. While he witnessed and noticed that, to everyone else, Crimson Rain Salt Flower coming in here, doing this little scene, will make it look like this was pretty much a kidnapping. The unconsensual kind. Although we know otherwise. Anyhow.
我凭什么觉得三郎是来救我的？
Because it did! Oh my gosh, Shillian. Are you gonna gaslight yourself into thinking something else?
我才烧了极乐方和冰雪。Of course you are, fucking hell. 三郎自然。为何要说对不起？
I might seem like I'm getting impatient with Shillian shit here, but the thing is... I mean, I'm only impatient because I've watched this already, you know? And it's not like it's dragging out or anything. I completely understand why he is making these statements and having these thoughts. I mean, we already discussed that in the actual episode reaction for this. But now that I'm rewatching it, I'm just so over this. Shillian, can you not accept that you're loved? Can you not accept that you deserve nice things and that some people are not out to make you pay for shit that you've done? I mean, yeah, that is the unfortunate, like, truth of how the world works. That is how things are. However, between friends like this, like, you have already established this really nice and genuine relationship with Sanlang. And yes, there are a few kinks to work out, especially now that you've just, you know, spent time with him as a ghost king and you're, you know, trying to iron out the wrinkles here, trying to figure out, okay, but where do we stand as companions when we are a god and a ghost and we have all these, you know, responsibilities around us, because that is what we perceive from Shillian's point of view. We see Sanlang as this very powerful and important person in Ghost City, and Shillian too does feel responsibility for things in heaven, which is why he accepted this mission to begin with, and, you know, Like, they do not exist in a vacuum. They are surrounded by all of these things. But in between all that showdown, it is okay to have friends. It is okay to have feelings. And it is especially okay to have best friends. I need to stop making this joke. Specifically about the mission. Yeah, all those wonderful weapons.
不过我马上要被贬了，下来之后一定想办法补偿你，看怎么样才能弥补损失。你为什么要补偿我？明明是我伤了你，不是你伤了我。你忘了我一刀震伤了你一条手臂，我害你受那么重的伤，为什么你还能笑着跟我说对不起，还反过来说要补偿我？为什么？这是我自己上去迎击。三郎。
Oh, and there we are. Yeah, this is a very emotional episode. And the first time I watched it in the English dub, it was, oh gosh, my heart is aching. Like, it's aching now as well, but now I've already kind of digested it. And also, I have to admit, not knowing, of course, Mandarin fluently or how emotions sound in the language that well, like, this is only my second season of watching this show. Like, I definitely did feel the emotions in the dub a lot more in this scene. And like, they've done really well with those things, I think. Like, they convey emotions in a lot less anime-ish way, I would say. Like, I am actually very impressed with the dub. That said, this is still good. Like, it's a really nice episode. Like, it has a lot of great beats and a lot of good information that I'm hoping to discuss more with you in the upcoming pre-discussion. I hope you're looking forward to my presentation of the court case. But holy shit, the pacing though, why? Like, yes, we did have that high in the middle of the episode with the actual kidnapping and everything, but then it ends, you know, on this part, in the middle of this really important conversation. What a cliffhanger. That is leaving us in that emotional high again. They really like doing this. I actually thought, like, I would have actually been more mad if they did end the episode after the doors closed and we fade to black. But that would have been a more natural cliffhanger, I feel. This is like in the middle of a conversation. A really important conversation, you know? So this is annoying me a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. If I just edit the study session quickly and prepare my notes and stop procrastinating on that, I'll be ready to film the next episode, and I'll get to see how this conversation ends. So I'll see you in the next one. This has been Amelia, aka Spaced Out Puffin, and why did I mess that up? That's like the most easy line I do. See you in the next one.